My name is Anna Marie. I've lived at Prestige here for 6.5 years, and I love it. They just made you feel so welcome. I love my room. I get 3 meals a day, do as I darn well want to. I've loved it ever since I moved in.
Mom's a wonderful, wonderful lady. She deserved the very best, and I got it for her here at Prestige.
It's the NCW Life Community Calendar, a presentation of Clean Connection. Classes on garden topics and ways to use your garden produce are being offered at the Celebration Lutheran Church Community Garden in East Wenatchee. Every other Wednesday, starting at 6:30, the experts at the WSU Extension Office, the SNAP Ed Nutrition Program, and the Chelan Douglas Master Gardeners will teach you the best ways to grow vegetables, make salsa, and how to put your garden to bed for the winter.
I'm Brian Thorpe with Global Car Care.
Happy Thursday, television family. I am Dan Boyd of I Need a Haircut Kuntz, and this is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, 17th day of August. It's Thursday. The smoke in the skies has given us some very pretty sunrises and sunsets. I wish that wasn't the case, but we got another hazy day today. There's a lot of weather going on here, a lot of weather to talk about. There is some good news. Excessive heat warning that's been up and running since Monday morning. That expires tonight at 11 o'clock, but it's going to be replaced by a red flag warning, and the air quality alert continues. It is not particularly good air to the north of us in the Medhow Valley and the Omak-Okanagan area. The air is pretty bad up there. And out in the Columbia Basin as well. A couple of fires. The fires that are burning and that are causing all the lousy air are not nowhere really near the Wenatchee Valley, but it doesn't take a lot to fill the clouds full of, the skies full of smoke when you have a high pressure ridge. Well, that high pressure ridge is going to break down in the afternoon hours. It's going to be replaced by windy conditions, especially in the Cascades. Don't want to see that, but there's nothing we can do about it. All those details are coming up. Weather is the one thing that affects everybody, and this is kind of going to be a dicey day today as far as the weather is concerned. We'll have all those details, plus news. Sports, enough Mariners, enough of these, ninth inning heart attack inducing, stress inducing kind of games. Can we just do a blowout victory every once in a while? Went all the way to the bottom of the ninth inning again yesterday against Kansas City. Highlights of that. And in case you missed it last week, we're going to play the interview I did one more time with the duet called Bosea. They are really cool people. We really enjoyed having them. They did a private performance for us, a private concert, if you will, in our studio adjacent to this studio. We taped it for you. We're going to play it back, and then the interview with that group, because their concert is Saturday night at the Snowy Owl Theater at the campus of the Icicle River Center for the Performing Arts there up at Sleeping Lady. It's going to be a great show Saturday night, and I'm going to give away a pair of tickets to that too. So stay close for those details. It's 2 minutes after the hour. Here we go. Our heights camera, we have it pointed due east again today, just so we can look at that beautiful sunrise, which, by the way, is now officially 6 o'clock. So 6 o'clock sunrise this morning. You can see the sun reflecting off the Columbia River. And you can see, as I mentioned before, the Columbia Basin does have some smoke out there. We're going to show you the AQI map from the Department of Ecology here in just a little bit to show you where all the dirty air is. But that's indication of some of the smoke that's out in the Columbia Basin. Lake Wenatchee, they got a fire fairly close to there in the Lake Wenatchee area. It's the Airplane Lake Fire. It's burning about 22 miles northwest of Leavenworth. It's about 1,000 acres. So it's causing some dirty air up at Lake Wenatchee as well. You can see the smoke there. That's from our Nanapoc Ridge camera up in the Lake Wenatchee area. Black Mountain up there. That's high above Peshastin, and I think we have that pointed almost, I want to say maybe towards Leavenworth. You can see the haze there. The air quality in Leavenworth is not bad. It's actually pretty good. It's really bad up to the north of us. And we'll see what happens, because my guess is with these winds coming this afternoon, pretty strong winds, all the fires are going to be picking up in intensity. There's no getting around that. And if you want to see some smoke, and I don't, but here you go, that's Billy Goat. In the lower right-hand corner next to our bug, you can barely make out Alta Lake. You can't see Pateros, Brewster at all. and that's what they're dealing with to the north of us. That is blucky air, and the air quality up there is simply unhealthy. Once you get to 150 on the scale, it goes from unhealthy for sensitive groups to unhealthy for everybody. So let's walk you through the slides. First of all, one more day of this extreme heat is going to come our way. It's going to be another hot one today. We'll be in the lower triple digits like we have been for the last couple of days. So once again, this is what's going to happen. Now, there's that incoming cold front, so there is that, but it's going to be a little bit later on in the day, probably after we peak out at about 100 or 101, right around there. So one more day of really hot stuff. The red flag warning, as predicted by me, is going to be up and running. It begins at 10 o'clock this morning, and it is not the scenario that we want to see. Hot and dry winds, already burning fires, very warm temperatures, and bone dry relative humidity is the necessary recipe for the red flag warning, and it is up and running. We set another record yesterday, tied it. Anyway, in Wenatchee, 103. So that's almost a record on Monday. We missed it by one. Set a new record, or tied a record on Tuesday, set a new record Wednesday, tied the record on Thursday. That's 3 days in a row now with a record high temperature for the Wenatchee Valley. It was hot. The record high for today, by the way, is 104, and we'll see what that looks like when we get to the forecast. And finally, here is the air quality. I took this picture about a half an hour ago leading our air quality parade, and this parade you don't want to be the lead in is TWISP. They're in the 180s. Winthrop is in the 180s. That's bad. That's really bad. If it gets to the 200s, it's very unhealthy, and it could actually get even worse as this day progresses because, again, warm temperatures, hot, dry winds blowing through the gaps of the Cascades, which is where the fires are. Fires can really get going. Omak, the weather's bad up there. Brewster. Quincy, you got bad air. Chelan's got bad air. It's not good at all. Here in Wenatchee, we are moderate. And again, it could very well, like it did yesterday afternoon when it got really hazy and really bad, the air quality will probably deteriorate as the day progresses. But if you're heading up north to the Methow Valley or the Okanagan Valley, the air is pretty bad, almost unfit to breathe. And if it gets to 201 or above that, it goes from unhealthy to very unhealthy. And that's not good for anybody. So you want to limit your outdoor exposure. From the National Weather Service. Again, the excessive heat warning will expire at 11 o'clock tonight. 100 our forecast high. That'll be 4 days in a row with triple digits, and the winds will be picking up. As the day progresses, the cold front will be moving in, but it's going to be taking its time, and that's why we're still going to get to 100 degrees. Breezy this morning, winds picking up to about 20 miles an hour this afternoon. Wind gusts near 30 for the valley, a distinct possibility. Wind gusts near 40 is expected along the ridgetops and through the gaps of the Cascades. That ain't good. 71 for the overnight low tonight. Big cool down. Look at the big difference in the afternoon high on Friday. Now, it's going to be windy overnight tonight, too. I need to mention that. It's going to be windy on Friday as this cold front continues to roll through from the northwest. It's parked right off Vancouver Island, and it's pointed right at us, so we cool down even more. Slight warm-up on Saturday. The good news is the winds will be dying down, and we'll be done with the wind, period, by Saturday afternoon, and then we'll be right back to where we should be this time of the year. But the next 48 hours is keep your fingers crossed, knocked on woods, and let's hope we don't see anything taken off from a wildfire perspective. The recipe is out there, but we don't have to bake the cake. 8 minutes after the hour, a break, and then the news. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Have you been to Boswell's Furniture lately?
Yes, Boswell's has an expansive 2-story showroom filled with so many great choices for our living room, dining room, and bedroom.
Did you know that Boswell sells directly from their store inventory, so we wouldn't have to wait to get our new furniture?
Yes, plus Boswell's has free local delivery and complimentary design service to help us with the layout and fabric choices.
No waiting and amazing customer service. I mean, why would we go anywhere else?
Boswell's on Easy Street. It's closer than you think.
Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new midsize Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
I've waited too long, now I'm jumping back in. My pockets stay fat, but your wallet is thin. Let's go. Everybody sing the sounds like if you know. We don't really want to wait too long. The fate prolonged to sing our songs. Every day is another chance to make our stand, seal the plan. Do you really know who you are? You're a shining star right now.
Bit hazy, 73 degrees, right about triple digits today with increasing winds as the day progresses. Red flag warning is up and running. Air quality alert is up and running. Significant winds this afternoon and before we finally cool down with still breezy conditions though on Friday. In fact, we're going to start out with this reconnaissance photos that were sent to us from the U.S. Weather Service, from the United States Forest Service on the Airplane Lake fire. Check that out. That's burning in the Glacier Peak Wilderness. It's about 22 miles northwest of Leavenworth. Very steep and rugged terrain with very thick timber. They think the fire is about 1,000 acres. And of course, they are expecting it to grow in size today. If you're familiar with the area, it's burning on the northeastern flank of Mount Sal. That's in the White River drainage, and they are predicting active fire weather today. And again, we still are under the influence of that ridge of high pressure, so the fire will be building up in intensity, burning hotter and more intense with the increased winds coming our way. The impacted areas, by the way, in the backcountry, and you need to know about this if you're planning to go this area, the White River Trail, the Boulder Creek Trail, the Indian Creek Trail, the White River Road beyond Tall Timbers, the White River Falls Campground, and the Grasshopper Meadows Campground are all affected by that. No injuries, no structures, but we're keeping a close eye on that. That fire is about the closest one that's actually to the Wenatchee Valley. The former teacher accused of raping a woman in his Chelan home is going to go to trial come October. 52-year-old Darren Daniel Hunter has been held in the Chelan County Jail since his arrest. That was back on July 30th. The charges: first-degree rape, second-degree assault, robbery, kidnapping, and drug offenses. Sheriff's deputies say a woman accused Hunter of sexually assaulting her after he brought her to his home with a promise to sell her prescription drugs. Hunter was previously a teacher in the Seattle School District, but he left his job after he pled guilty last year to misdemeanor assault with sexual motivation against a woman he had dated. His bail has been set at $5 million. Needle exchange programs for IV drug users are currently in place through public health agencies in Grant and Okanagan counties. And now the Wenatchee Valley YWCA is proposing a $145,000 privately funded mobile needle exchange for Chelan and Douglas counties. Advocates say it's a safe way to minimize the harm of IV drug addiction, and it also takes used syringes off the streets. They had a special joint meeting on Tuesday to share information about the project. Elected officials, the commissioners in both Chelan and Douglas County, voiced skepticism.
Our idea is that it will be a mobile program. There is some pretty good research and data that supports the success of a program like that. And by a mobile program, what I'm talking about is a cargo van that has harm reduction supplies in it, that is staffed by trained individuals to give out harm reduction supplies and to broker resources for folks. Because again, the end goal here is to get folks to the resources and to the help that they need. and to be able to meet people where they're at and not necessarily expecting people to get to a brick and mortar.
Ultimately, in my mind, SSP programs have three main goals. It is to reduce the need for acute care in the community and the individual who, by utilizing dirty needles, would have risk for infection and increase hospital and medical needs, is to ensure that we reduce the number of dirty needles on the street and in the community. So again, one of the aspects of it is public safety and ensuring that we are bringing in dirty needles and safely disposing them in our community through an SSP program. And then ultimately, really the third and the primary driver of it is to connect individuals in probably one of their points of lowest despair, and being an individual out there to connect them with services and bring them into the community and get them into recovery services.
Have you guys considered the unintended consequences of the fill the dreams mentality? If you build it, they will come. That's okay. I'm concerned about that. I think that's something that needs to be considered. We do have people that need resources. We do need to get people into treatment, but we can only treat so many people. And if we create an environment that's welcoming to outside, addicts and people coming here, at some point it's going to become overwhelming and we're going to be worse off than we are today.
I don't disagree that outreach is paramount, that those connections need to be made. But I guess I struggle with the thought that the needle exchange needs to happen. So for me, you're handing the gun to people that already have the bullets. And I have a really hard time with that. Just because it's been successful in other counties, like Kevin mentioned, I don't think it means that we should just automatically do it for ours.
It's this, if you build it, they will come mentality comes from, it assumes that people aren't already here. They're already here they're getting needles from somewhere. The problem is that they're getting these needles from dirty sources, which then eventually could lead to that. Or what you don't see is that they're not seeking health care. I now have a $1.2 million funding to help mental health pilot in emergency departments. So I've been up in Tonasket where we're starting that program to bring mental health in. And what I'm witnessing is the amount of overdoses that are happening in that community and how much needle problems are happening. People are coming in with wounds on their arms that are seeping, that are needing help. And part of this is about early intervention. While one piece is about needles, the other piece is about how do we get these people that are in these trailer parks that are homeless encampments and help get them into treatment.
If you've been around Cashmere High School the last few days, you see a bunch of cops running around. It's no big deal. Yeah, the Chelan County Sheriff's Office has been using the school as a location for active shooting training. A similar training, of course, was held at Wenatchee Valley College back in June. That's where first responders from a number of agencies simulated a shooting at a mass casualty event. The Sheriff's Office said these trainings were built off previous related exercises, including the one that was held at Wenatchee Valley College and other school districts. The trainings at Cashmere High School began on Monday, and by the way, they continue through today, and then they'll be done with that. And if you're a gardener and you love tomatoes, I'm not a gardener, but I love tomatoes. I use them when I make my BLTs. I put a big beefsteak tomato on top of that baby. Tomato Tasting Gala, going to be hosted by the Washington State University Master Gardeners. It's going to be this Saturday at their Community Education Garden. That's at the intersection of Western and Springwater. You can taste a bunch of different kinds of tomatoes. You can find tomatoes that you don't normally see at the grocery store. You can decide what kind of tomatoes you might want to grow. And by the way, they have experts because tomatoes can be somewhat temperamental, as we know by now. Check it out. It's going to be this Saturday. It begins at 10 a.m. again at their Community Education Garden at Springwater and Western here in the big city. And that's the news. At 18 minutes after the hour, the news will come your way again at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock with Grant and Eric and the crew that puts it together. On television, 5, 6, and 10 on the World Wide Web, right around 5 o'clock. It'll be on our Facebook page, our YouTube page, and on our homepage. And if you have a news tip or you want to comment, get a hold of us, news at ncwlife.com. And don't forget our rule. If you want to comment on this show, Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, I can accept constructive criticism so long as it's unqualified praise. when we come back. Sports, Seahawks and Mariners take center stage, plus the Wenatchee Wild. Sports in 2 minutes. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
We're turning up the heat with the hottest deals of the year. Right now, during the hot summer clearance sale, only at Click It RV. #1 in sales and service. The best RV brands. Over 1,000 to choose from. And the best deals of the year on remaining 2023 model year-end clearance with incredible 30% off. Brand new RVs discounted up to 30%. Save thousands. Plus, no payments until 2024. During the hot summer clearance sale, now only at Click It RV. 5 superstore locations. Hurry in today.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether,
we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee provides financial services for independent-minded clients working to secure their futures. Whether it's helping construct your personal financial, retirement, or estate plan, they start with a disciplined approach and straightforward advice. An individualized approach is rooted in the values, stability, and strength their company was founded on in 1935. With offices coast to coast and personal attention you deserve right here in the Wenatchee Valley, learn more about D.A. Davidson.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise.
Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well-versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you all set.
These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
Sports at 21 minutes after the hour, 2 in a row for the Mariners in Kansas City. Another nail-biter. Last night, the final was 6-5. The Mariners got out to an early lead. An RBI base hit by Ty France, 2-run home run by Cal Raleigh. And then the pesky Royals just wouldn't go away. They came back to tie it, but the Mariners finally pulled ahead with 2 runs in the 9th. And then they hold on for the victory.
Now this is into left field. It touches down for a base hit. Julio trots home to score. 3 batters into the ball game, and the Mariners lead it 1-0 as Ty France remains smoking hot. This is a missile out to right field. Don't blink. This ball is gone for a home run. Number 21 for Cal Raleigh, and it got out of here in a heartbeat.
Impressive. And he's been jumping on middle and fastballs. That's where he's had a lot of his success this year. These last few games, he's seen a ton of curveballs, but he didn't miss that fastball.
How about a line drive? It's going to be a long run for Hernandez, and he heaves it all the way to the plate, but no chance, and the Royals get the run.
Julio grounds this through the right side. Caballero scores. Rojas makes the turn first to third, and Julio is 2 for 2, a double, and now an RBI single.
Deep enough for Waters to tag and come home. And there's a fly ball to left field. Marlowe heaves it to the plate. Waters scores. And the Royals have 2 runs, both on sacrifice flies. There's a gapper. Left center field. And off the wall. Salvi will be held. No, he's coming to the plate. Relay throw is offline. Grounded to short. And the Mariners turn a double play. The Royals get a run. And they've tied it at 4.
1-1 pitch. Towards the line. Foul territory. Catch made. Dillon going to try to score. Here's the play. He is safe. He got the hand in there. Got the left hand in. Ty France will move up to second. Nobody covering the bag. Gino advanced as well. Mariners have a 5-4 lead.
Off the hands and through the right side. Julio drives in the insurance the Mariners crave here in the 9th inning. Caballero is out at third base.
Oh, belted into the corner, and it's a one-run game. The Royals get Brash again. Man, oh man, did he Tommy Hawk that one. That's his 6th home run on the season, and 3rd as a Royal.
Power here in the 9th inning with 2 outs. Mariners by a run. Ground ball, Brash able to get there, a little flip, and this one is over. The Mariners take the series advantage, 2-1. They move within a game of the wild card chase.
Louis Castillo pitched into the 7th inning. He gets his 9th win of the season, but afterwards, manager Scott Service said it wasn't easy.
It took him a while to kind of get into his stuff tonight. And we've seen that from Luis once in a while. He did find it and was able to get through it. But again, the Royals are on it. You know, offensively, obviously Julio, huge night tonight. Probably the most impressive thing he did tonight was to take this thing to the right field in a huge spot there in the 9th inning where we need all the insurance runs we can get. It proved to be the winning run in the ball game. And when he does those type of things, he just takes us to another level. Cal, big night, coming out with a home run early. You know, on the opener early, that we had a lot of traffic, and we left a ton of guys on base tonight. We probably should have scored more runs than we did, but as our bullpen has struggled a little bit here in this ballpark, I thought Spire threw the ball really well, and so did Brash. You know, he made one mistake, the guy jumped on it, but you know, those guys bouncing back, getting us 6 big outs there was huge, allowing us to win the ball game.
4-game series wraps up this morning. That's right, 11:10. First pitch on Root Sports Northwest, and it's off to Houston. This is a big weekend series against the Astros coming up. To the scoreboard from our friends at Les Schwab, the Astros made a winner out of Justin Verlander again. They came up with 12 runs on 12 hits. That always helps. Homers by Alex Bregman and Kyle Tucker and so on. 12-5 the final. Astros over the Marlins. Paul Blackburn and Austin Pruitt held St. Louis scoreless on 9 hits. Oakland wins the baseball game. They beat the Cardinals. Ty Detmers and 2 relievers combined on a 3-hit shutout. Angels beat the Rangers 2-0. Guess who hit another home run? Shohei Ohtani. So Texas's lead, as you see there in the division, is now just 2.5 games over Houston, with Texas losing and Houston winning. And we take a look at the American League wild card chase. There it is. You want to be on the other side of that line. By the way, Philadelphia beat Toronto 9-4, so the Blue Jays' lead for the final playoff spot is just a game over Seattle. Boston fell to Washington 6-2 to fall 3 games back. Atlanta shut out the Yankees. My Yankees are 6.5 games behind for the final wild card playoff spot. Why Eric had to put that in sports, I don't know. Seahawks continued training camp Wednesday. It was hot at the VMAC, and 71-year-old head coach Pete Carroll ran 100-yard wind sprints with the team during practice. Quarterback Geno Smith says that's pretty inspiring.
That's Pete, man. He's the ageless wonder, man. He's one of those guys that when you look at him, he motivates you every single day, right? You see your head coach out there running sprints. It doesn't matter how old he is. You know, he's out there, he's getting it. It's hot out here, and he's working as hard as we're working. And so when you got a head coach like that, man, I mean, it's not hard to come to work and give it your all.
Lots of competition in the defensive backfield. In fact, our defensive backfield may be the strongest part of the Seahawks. And Geno Smith said when you got competition on the defensive side of the ball, it makes everybody better.
But I will say one thing that I love seeing is, like I said, the depth and just the multiple playmakers, right? You got guys like, Nino Diggs, and you got Julian Love back there, veteran safeties who can communicate, who understands it, who's seen ball. You got Tariq Woolen, you got Mike Jack, Witherspoon, Kobe Bryant. I mean, you can name, goes on and on, just a list of names of guys who can make plays, and they're all out there competing as if they haven't done anything. And so when you got guys like that, it's not hard to get better. And so I enjoy just watching the way they fly around and make plays. They've made it hard on me every single day, and it's made me get better as well.
Seahawks in Dallas, game 2 of games that don't count. Saturday at Lumen Field, 7 o'clock kickoff on King 5. Quite the gathering at the Town Toyota Center. They had the ribbon cutting ceremony yesterday. East Wenatchee Mayor Jerry Lee Crawford, Wenatchee Mayor Frank Kuntz held the ribbon. Gretchen Littler, the Wenatchee Wild Director of Sales and Marketing, cut the ribbon. And officially, the team's first season in the Western Hockey League is all but underway. The Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce and the Town Toyota staff helped with organizing the event. So the name is the same. A lot of the familiar faces that we know, Gretchen and Bliss, they're still hanging around. Of course, the team is actually the former Winnipeg Ice. The WHL franchise purchased in the offseason by David and Lisa White, moved to Wenatchee. The league said, okay, do it. Kevin Constantine is the Wild's head coach. Chris Clark staying on board as the team's associate head coach and assistant general manager. First preseason game, September 9th against the Tri-City Americans, and then they start the regular season September 22nd against the Portland Winterhawks. This is cool. WHL hockey right here in the Valley. Going to be a fun fall and winter. And those are just some of the games that people are playing at 29 minutes after the hour. For the obscure holiday, it's National I Love My Feet Day. And I love my feet. The feet are the foundation of your body. You got happy feet, rest of the body falls right into line. I mean, the feet is our primary mode of transportation. You got good, happy, healthy feet, and you've got a head start. A lot of people don't, though. I got fun facts about your feet. 75% of the adult population has a foot problem, and the number one cause is wearing the wrong kinds of shoes for whatever it is that you do. A good pair of shoes with the proper support is crucial. In fact, women have 4 times as many foot problems as men because they wear high heels. There you go. By the time a baby is a year old, their feet are about half the size that they will eventually be when they become adults. Your foot size grows as the day progresses. Your foot will be at its smallest at the beginning of the day, and at the end of the day, your foot will be its largest. These are things I find out on the internet. About a quarter of all the bones in the human body are in the feet. There's a lot of bones down there in your feet. And the average person walks about 110,000 miles in your lifetime. That's a lot of walking. Take care of your feet, and they will take care of you. Go barefoot whenever you can. That's my advice. Help my back problems. Bottom of the hour today in history. Happy 116th birthday to the Pike Place Market. They're having a big party. The Pike Place Market still remains to this day the #1 visited tourist attraction in the Emerald City. The debut didn't go so good. Everybody loved it except the farmers who apparently brought produce and fruit that nobody wanted to buy. But the Pike Place Market, which almost closed, they were almost going to shut the whole thing down. They didn't. Is 116 years old today. Toss a salmon in celebration. Happy birthday to the Pike Place Market. 90 years ago today, if the game had taken place in New York, they'd have a big celebration, but it wasn't. It was in St. Louis. On his way to breaking the all-time record, well, he broke the all-time record on this date. Lou Gehrig surpasses Everett Scott to play in his 1,308th consecutive game to set the all-time record. It was in St. Louis. They had a small ceremony. Then they went out and played baseball. Yankees lost to the Browns 7-6, but Lou Gehrig set the record, and he would continue to break that record for another 6 years. Speaking of baseball or anything, when you go to a sporting event or concert and you buy a ticket, you ever read the back of the ticket? It's got a whole bunch of disclaimers like you were assuming some risk by going to this baseball game. Well, the headline that you see behind me doesn't really have anything to do with what I'm going to talk about. It's about Alice Roth, who was sitting in her box seat down the third baseline at Shibe Park in Philadelphia on this date in 1957 when the great Richie Ashburn hit a foul ball, and they hit Alice Roth right in the nose and broke her nose. Ew. The game was stopped. The crowd, oh boy, she got hit right in the head, broke her nose. They stopped the game. Medical personnel attended to her. They wrapped up her face. They put her on a stretcher as they were carrying her up the stairs to the tunnel. The game resumed. Richie Ashburn got back into the batter's box, and on the very next pitch, he hit a foul ball, and it hit Alice Roth in the knee and broke her kneecap while she was being carried out in a stretcher. Pay attention when you go to a baseball game. 61 years ago today, this is an entirely different transition, but that's the body of Peter Fechter. Tried to climb the Berlin Wall, didn't make it, as we show you. It could be some fairly disturbing footage. This was about a year after the Berlin Wall was actually constructed. And Pete and his buddy Helmut Kubik just got tired of living in East Germany. Said both attempted to flee. The plan was initially successful. They had to get over 2 walls. Fechter and Kubik reached the final wall after they get over the first wall. But as they began to climb, the East German border guards fired at them. Kubik succeeded. He got over the wall. Peter Fechter was shot in the pelvis while he was still climbing. Hundreds of people watched this thing happen. He collapsed on the East German side of the wall, and as the witnesses watched, he bled to death. They tried to throw him bandages and tourniquets. He couldn't reach him. He couldn't move. The East Germans did nothing, and over the course of the hour, he lost enough blood to die in front of about 300 witnesses. That's how bad he wanted to get over the wall. That was on this date in 1962. And 54 years ago today, Hurricane Camille slams the Gulf Coast down in Alabama, Mississippi. Not good. 256 people died, $1.4 billion in damages. It remains one of the most intense hurricanes ever to strike land in the United States. Hurricane Camille on this date, 1969. Inside joke. 34 minutes after the hour. Birthdays. Born on a mountaintop in Tennessee, greatest state in the land of the free. Raised in the woods so he knew every tree. Killed him a bar when he was only 3. He didn't kill a bear when he was only 3. I'd say more of the Ballad of David Crockett, but then we'd have to pay mechanical royalties. We can't afford those. He was actually famous in his lifetime with his exploits. Then he went to the Alamo, probably should have done that. Davy Crockett, born in the state in 1786, still an American legend of mythical proportion. Robert De Niro is 80 years old. He has a very unique claim to fame. Of the 100 films listed in the American Film Institute's greatest films ever made, they list the 100 greatest, Robert De Niro is in 6 of them, more than any other actor, and he is good. You just ask him. He's 80 years old today, and speaking of pretty good actors, Sean Penn, 63, 2 Academy Awards on his mantle. Of course, he also married Madonna. What do I know? It's 35 minutes after the hour. Still to come, an opinion from Mike Mad Dog Mignotti. We're going to replay the video of the great song that the duo Bozea played for us in our studio, then the interview, and then I'm going to give away tickets, and I'll show you how to do that. It's all coming up. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the Instant Life channel.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Boating in the Wenatchee Valley starts at Bob File Boats and Motors. Now you can fish like a pro without breaking the bank thanks to the ProMag aluminum fishing boat by Smokercraft. It features a great layout with a spacious bow casting platform, huge live wells, and in-floor storage to safely stow your gear. See the Smokercraft line of boats at Bob File Boats and Motors on Sunset Highway in East Wenatchee or online at bobfile.com.
Bob File Boats and Motors. We're dealing. Bob File's gonna make you smile.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Mignotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. So, when I go into a retail store, I choose my items that I want to purchase. I bring them to the checkout stand, prepared to pay. And lo and behold, there at the cash register is a tip jar. A tip jar? What am I tipping this employee for? For taking my money and accurately reading what the cash register says my change is? Now, tipping is getting way out of hands, folks. I can and do understand tipping food service folks. And I regularly tip 20% or more. I really do. And I tip cab and Uber drivers and folks who deliver food to my house. I also tip baristas because, honestly, my daughter used to be one. But a tip jar at a retail establishment, I can just imagine the next time I go into my local hardware store, pick up my light bulbs and a screwdriver that I need, and when I go to pay, there's gonna be a tip jar on the counter. Sorry, ain't gonna have none of my money in it. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Badger Mountain Brewery is your cure for boredom. Jam Night Mondays. Trivia Wednesdays. Live Music Fridays. And Sunday Brunch. There's always something brewing at Badger Mountain. So come join the party.
Hi, everybody. Dan Kuntz alongside Jesse Coble from Alpine Air. There's ice on my heat pump and under my heat pump.
Well, ice under your heat pump is normal. When we go into a defrost cycle, it melts the frost off, creates water, which freezes to the ground. Ice around your heat pump is a thing that you should probably give us a call about.
Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air for heat and air. Call Alpine Air. Thanks, Jesse.
Thanks.
The Surf and Slide Water Park is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Surf and Slide is located in the heart of Central Washington in Moses Lake with activities for all ages and abilities. Check out Surf and Slide's Flow Rider Surfing Simulator, Lazy River, 2 200-foot water slides, tube slides, and diving boards. Our children's area includes a Treasure Island water structure, splash pad, and baby octopus slide. For season passes, visit us online or find Surf and Slide on Facebook.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
If you have made plans on Saturday, August 19th, cancel them and go to the website of the Icicle Center of the Performing Arts and buy tickets to see this incredible act. We just got through watching them perform in our secondary studio here on North-South Chelan. The group is called Bosiah. She is called Bosiah, but as you can see, it's a collaborative effort. Thank you for spending time with me. This is a real treat.
Oh, thank you so much, Dan. Yeah. Yes.
So first I have to ask you about the name, because that is not your name, but it is your name on stage. Talk about that.
Yeah, Bosiah, it's my grandfather's Polish surname. It means how existential freedom.
So yeah. Your family heritage means a lot to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Great show. That we just had a mini concert, and that song that we're going to play for you, they're going to be playing on Saturday night at the Snowy Owl Theater. You have an incressive voice.
Thank you.
I mean, you have 5 octaves.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's 4.5 more than I have. Always been singing? How did that happen?
It's happened. All my life I just only singing and sing. I just only my heart feeling and soul what it is what I want to do it and here. And August 19, I show you my 5 octave. Please come in, because on August 19 we have surprise. We have special guest Tony B. It's rapper guy Tony B. Together we open it. Just global stars how B.O.B., Florida, and of this year in September we will open rapper guy Nelly. Yeah, with him. And we have a lot of surpriseful people. Our music is independent pop with elements hip hops, and we have more beautiful songs with and we have beautiful songs with acoustic guitar. Just our music for families. It's great time for teenagers. It's great time for people who have special events, please welcome, because it's very special concert.
Do you write your own songs, your own music?
Yes, my husband, he's guitar player and sound producer. I'm singer and songwriter songs. And usually all my lyrics help me. It's rapper and poet Nadira X. She's from Los Angeles. She's always helped me with my lyrics and push me sometimes with my pronunciations. Yeah.
Do you write? He writes the music and you write the lyrics, or is it collaborative?
It's collaborative.
Okay.
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you write? Do you sit with your guitar and a piano and the song kind of comes?
Yeah. Sometimes it comes all together. Sometimes I cook something. I like to cook very much, and cook something and say, oh, I'm listening music. Okay, go, and we need to write this amazing song.
do you write the lyrics in Russian and then translate it, or do you write in English?
Sometimes it's very strange, but really I write in English. Sometimes it's not correct lyrics, but sometimes it just only come in, hello my loneliness, I'm your best friend. And I think, wow, it's really song, follow me, ooh, ooh, and we write these songs and we can sing it all together on August 19 in Snowy Isle.
What singers do you like that everybody is familiar with that you listen to study?
Oh, I listen a lot of, but my first education, I'm conductor and I love classical music. I love Bach, I love classical. I have classical voice, opera. Oh! I can do it. Of course, I love Whitney Houston, more classical. I love modern Coldplay, Billie Eilish, Beyonce. Of course, I listen a lot of styles, just not only one music. I love independent music, and for me, just like more songs. I listen more songs. Yes, for me, sometimes it doesn't care what is the style, but if I like these songs, yeah, it's great.
How did these two incredible, talented people go from Moscow to Leavenworth? That's a culture change, to say the least.
And a big story. 10 years ago, we met in Moscow with our friends. He's living in Wenatchee. He's country singer. His name Troy Lindsay. And we met with him. He seen us on website and meet us in America. And we perform here. And we record this album with Eric Frank. You know Eric Frank in his studio. It's 2013. And we play concert in America. Numerica Hall, but it's 10 years ago, and very often we just visiting this country, and I'm feeling here so great. Usually I'm feeling this is my home here, yes, and we now stay here and we play here, and Leavenworth, beautiful city. We love this city so much, we love these people, and my heart feeling what this is really our house here.
So the people around here have a long reputation of being acceptable to everybody, and certainly this area has embraced you too.
Yeah.
You get that feeling?
My English is finished, but what do you mean?
Yeah. I mean, that you can tell that people like you and like your music.
Yes, I hope. We really tried, because our music, it's about soul, about your light, about your legacy, and we really have conception in our concerts. We're really feeling about all people, everyone who watch us, genius. You're everyone, guys, genius here.
You seem to lose yourself in the song. We just had a private concert for an audience of 4 people, and I was watching you, and it's like you were on stage and we weren't even there.
Yeah.
That was very impressive. But when that place has 250 people packed at the Snowy Owl Theater, again on Saturday the 19th, you're in it with the audience. The audience is a part of the show.
Yes. And please welcome So Positive, So Energy show, and with, of course, lyric. We have everything for everyone, for all people. Oh, and we have dancing. We have dance pool. You can dance, we can dance floor, yeah.
Okay, on the stage or just right next to it so you can?
No, we have very close on the stage, we have dance floor too.
It's a perfect spot for it too.
For teenagers, they can jump and do everything.
What's it like to have a musical partnership and mutual love for each other? Does that get in the way sometimes, having your husband as your partner as well?
Yes, My husband, he's my amazing partner. He's the best friend, and he's my love, of course. Yeah.
We just look at that. We just recorded the song in our studio. We're going to play it right after this commercial break. What song did you just perform that the folks are going to see?
Yeah, we want to perform on today's song Legacy.
Legacy, and you wrote it yourself?
Yes, but lyrics for this song, lyrics write for me Nadira X.
Again, it is Saturday, August 19th at the Snowy Owl Theater. Go to the Icicle Center of the Performing Arts website. You'll see it right there. Buy your tickets in advance. This show is going to sell out. And if you don't believe me, when we come back, we'll prove it to you right after this.
The Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an environmentally green dealership award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
Transform your windows with a variety of colors and styles like the Allure Transitional Window Covering by Lafayette Interior Fashions. Hi, this is Darren with Mini Blinds and More. We can install the latest and greatest in technology to open and close your blinds with only a touch of a button. From the largest windows in your home to room darkening shades for the bedroom. From stylish shades for your entertainment room to custom blinds for those hard-to-fit places. We have a solution for all of your window covering needs. We offer a variety of window coverings from Lafayette Interior Fashions. Call us today. We are Mini Blinds and More, your local blind store.
Dear Mary Maids, please clean the kitchen, and the cabinets, and the floors, and the chairs. And I wish you could clean the dog. Colin is now feeding himself. Thanks, Megan.
Hi, Megan. No worries. We got it all cleaned up. Let's hope Colin gets past the spaghetti flinging stage soon. Till then, we've got you covered. See you next time. Mary Maids.
Like most backseat drivers, I'm all about safety. Uh-oh! Les Schwab Tires is too. Because Les Schwab fixes brakes, steering, and more. See those guys? They just do tires. Eyes ahead, Dad! Look, I'm not telling people how to do their job. Blinker, I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first. Watch, they're gonna come greet me.
Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Pybus Public Market is on the move to make parking, dining, shopping, and events an even better experience for our community. Check out the progress that has already been made towards the revitalization. The Westside project is well on its way, but we need your help to get over the finish line. All donations are greatly appreciated and can be made online at our website or in person at the business office. We want to thank those who have already partnered with us. You are helping make the place we love a better place for our community to meet.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
All right, 56 minutes after the hour on this Thursday. Before we get into some more details on how you can win tickets to see that amazing group that you just saw. Again, they're going to be performing at the Snowy Owl Theater in Leavenworth on the 19th. That's this Saturday. Word from the Washington State Department of the Washington State Patrol. Let me get this up real quick. I don't quite have it yet. A one-car fatality accident where Highway 2 meets Highway 97. This is in Orondo on the Douglas County side of the river. I think you're familiar with it. This is the road that where you either turn off to go to Pine Canyon and up towards Waterville, or you continue on 97 up towards the Beebe Bridge. A car versus tree fatality collision occurred about 2 hours ago, and that has made obviously traffic a bit of a snafu. If you're traveling from East Wenatchee to Waterville, your best bet right now is to take Badger Mountain Road or not go. Wait another hour or so while they can finish up their investigation. Again, a car versus tree fatality accident apparently has taken the life of the driver. It struck a tree just about where Pine Canyon begins in Orondo, where US 97 meets US 2. So heads up on that, or you can get across the bridge and maybe take 97A if you absolutely have to travel in that direction. All right, you saw the video, you saw the interview, and we have a pair of tickets to give away to see this incredible group on Saturday night. Just send me an email. winner@ncwlife.com, just like we do on Wednesdays, only it's Thursday. It's a bonus one. winner@ncwlife.com, winner@ncwlife.com. 2 tickets at $25 a pop. This is a $50 value, and you're going to get $50 worth of entertainment on Saturday night. These folks are good, really good, great musicianship, and obviously she can sing. Who's kidding who? You want to go on us? I got a pair of tickets to give away, and I'll do it by the end of the day today. Send me an email, winner@ncwlife.com, and I'll do the drawing a bit later on, and I'll get a hold of you. And you can go see this incredible group Saturday night for free on us, or you can just buy your tickets, which guarantees you a seat. To the business at hand, one more day of the excessive heat warning. It will expire at 11 o'clock tonight. We got one more day of triple digits. We're going to be right about 100 today. We think for the 4th day in a row. Probably won't set a record high. The record high for this date, August 17th, is 104. That was set back in 2008. We're probably not going to do that, but it's going to be plenty hot. But the big concern after the heat this afternoon, late this afternoon, early evening, cold front is going to come through, and that means we have a red flag warning. This is about as bad as we can get for critical fire conditions. It is the recipe that we don't want to see this time of the year. Not only are the winds going to be hot and dry, as it, I know they say it's a cold front, but it's going to be colliding with the hot air that's already trapped over the Wenatchee Valley. Bone dry relative humidity, hot temperatures. That is a bad recipe. The red flag warning is in effect. It starts at 10 this morning and will continue until the winds die down. And that's not going to happen until Saturday afternoon. Starting this afternoon and going all the way through Saturday, it is going to be windy, and obviously the air quality isn't particularly good as well. So that is a bit of a nerve-wracking scenario we have in store for us this afternoon. Another hot one and windy. It'll be breezy this morning. It'll be about 20 miles an hour this afternoon, a west wind. Gusts as high as 30, gusts near 40 at the crests of the Cascade and the Cascade Gaps. Unfortunately, that's where the fires are. 71 for the overnight low tonight. It's going to be windy tonight. It's going to be windy on Friday, but a heck of a lot cooler. And windy on Saturday morning before the wind finally dies down on Saturday afternoon. Whew. Busy day. That's it for us. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.
World are on the water and on the snow. That's me, Elizabeth. And today my friends Mayada Walsh, Winter Grace Williams, Garrett Clayton and I are taking you on an epic journey. We're going to start with some sailing in Upper Bavaria. No big deal.
Yay! This is so fun.
Explore some Grecian caves.
Wow, it's getting really dark in here. I can't believe we're in the caves right now.
Brave the canal traffic in Venice.
It's like the main highway out here.
And wrap it all up with skiing in a mall in the desert.
Right now it is below freezing.
And making new feathery friends.
She's so soft.
Trust me, these are some awesome adventures you don't want to miss. Welcome to Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World, Water and Snow. Hey guys, I love traveling the world, and no matter where my